facing. That's it this time. He's made sure he's taken 5 wickets. He grabs the stump, and another memorable victory for England.
Welcome to the highlights of the second day's play at Edgbaston, the 5th Test match. A day which promised a great deal. Yesterday, rain marred, but still full of interest, with the Australians getting away to a decent total after David Gower had put them into bat. 181 for 2. They could be well satisfied with that. Although towards the end, there was quite a bit of playing and missing, and the edge being found by Wessels and Border in the course of their excellent partnership. Now, the bowlers for England, I thought yesterday morning, didn't bowl all that intelligently. They were a bit too short, and Taylor obviously was a little bit nervous making his debut. Ellison bowled well yesterday, and so too did both the spinners. Perhaps Ellison was a little bit under-bowled, and we can see the justification of that as we watch him coming in now in the 6th over after 7 runs have been added. The batsman taking strike is Kepler Wessels. Yeah, it's gone safely away, but Ellison has bowled well enough this morning to justify putting his hands on his head or his hips or wherever he likes. Just enough movement in the air.
And in fact, if they had a gully, this would have been a catch to gully. Sometimes England have certainly over-attacked this year, but this morning David Gower did have a gully but waved him back, and possibly early on it would have been worth a gully.
Got him, well caught. For a moment I thought Edmonds was having trouble pushing off in the wet ground, but he took it well, going forward low. He didn't panic. Ball may even come a fraction slower. Border is gone. Ball may even come a fraction slower than Edmonds expected. And that's the breakthrough England needed so badly. 189 for 3 now. Border gone for 45. Caught Edmonds, bowled Ellison. And Ellison thoroughly deserved some success this morning. He's bowled very well.
Well, that's the delivery that we've been talking about. He'd been bowling the in-swinger, the out-swinger to the left-hander, and roundabout off stump, and that one he made go back into the left-hander.
The new batsman is Greg Ritchie. Comes out to join Kepler Wessels, who's on 82. That's missing off stump, I should think.
Well, a very fine delivery this, but I think Ian Botham's smile tells everything. That while it beat the bat, the pad in fact got just outside the off stump, and the ball would have missed the off stump at the finish, but a very fine delivery.
This has been a fascinating half hour. Been very few runs scored, just 10 of them by the Australians. They've lost the wicket of their captain. There's been some good attacking swing and seam bowling. And another wicket. And Ellison deserves it. That one swung away from the left-hander. It's just a little bit shorter, but it kept on going after pitching. And the 2 not-out batsmen from overnight have gone. Border first, and now Wessels. Wessels for 83. Put Downton, bowled Ellison. And Downton has just made his 50th dismissal in Test cricket.
And Wessels has managed to let them go all morning round about that off stump, but on this occasion it just lulled them into playing at it, and the ball just carrying there through to the keeper. And another foot and it wouldn't have made it, but certainly that's set this Cornwall Test match alight again now, and there have been very fine Test matches so far, so let's hope that we can keep on going in the way they've gone so far this series.
Ellison now 2 for 20 from 13.4 overs and 4 maidens. 2 players at the crease, neither of whom yet off the mark. Phillips is faced with 3 slips and a gully. And England in the middle of a tremendous fight back.
It's in the air and only just falling short. Robinson there at short extra.
Just fell short of Tim Robinson at cover. Both these batsmen like playing their shots. But it's a very, very tight situation for them. They really ought to be knuckling down.
Oh, well bowled again. Lucky to get away with it, lucky to get off the mark. And extremely fortunate to get 4 runs for it.
And a fine piece of bowling. You see Ellison opening him right out with this one. He really didn't know what was happening.
So that streaky boundary brings the 200 up. 461 balls faced. Let's nudge around again with the swing. They could really have run 4 if it set off, but settled in the end for 3. Long chase for Les Taylor. Well, he's got to be pretty accurate with this field. He's got 2 men on the leg side, and Phil Edmonds has got an awful lot of ground to cover there. A wild throw coming in, brings an overthrow. So that's a fairly unusual sight these days. England's throw-in usually has been extremely accurate. And he's gone, beautifully caught. Both of them picking him up there at second slip. And a super piece of bowling once again by Richard Ellison. A little bit of a waver, but found the outside edge. And Greg Ritchie is gone for 8. 207 for 5 now, and a marvellous first hour's play for England.
Yes, really terrific this. Slanted in at him, just moving away fractionally, and beautifully picked up there by Ian Botham. Noticeable his hands weren't on his knees then when it was edged. Greg Ritchie making his weary way back to the pavilion. Caught both and bowled Ellison for 8.
This is Simon O'Donnell, the new batsman, coming in at number 7. During that dismissal, Phil Edmonds decided it was time he adjourned to the pavilion. So Agnew is out again. So whereas apparently Edmonds had the ability to cover all that area, it now needs 2 men. Square leg, getting it mid on. No third man then, 3 slips in a gully. And listen to O'Donnell. Certainly see the ball swing there, but it started very wide. But another wicket in the order over adding to this quite remarkable spell of Richard Ellison this morning. 3 for 29 and 3 for 18 in all. Morning spell. Taylor now has a chance to bowl at the left-hander Wayne Phillips. Very, very close there to picking up his first Test wicket.
No luck again for Les Taylor. He's not been the luckiest bowler this match. He's bowled pretty well. Had one difficult chance drop and dropped one himself. And with a bit of luck, could easily have had a wicket or 2.
Odd spot of rain about at the moment. As you can see, there's an umbrella up here and there. It's not very much at the moment. We were threatened with a shower in the morning, with the weather improving as the day went on. It's going to come, Lawson, McDermott, Thompson and Holland. So another wicket here for England, and you see the tail emerging. And he's gone. Yes, up goes David Conson's finger, and finally Les Taylor's take that much-deserved wicket, his first in Test match cricket. So a very dejected Simon O'Donnell, off with only one to his name, leaving Australia 208 for 6.
Thoroughly deserved this by Les Taylor. He's bowled very, very well this match, and a very fine delivery indeed as well. Pitched round about off stump, left him, and Simon O'Donnell there, no doubt about that one. And he'll be very pleased with Les, and the players will be very pleased for him, because he's a hard worker, Les, and gives everything he's got. But Australia now in real trouble. Nothing else left now in the way of recognised batsmen. So England will be hoping now to bowl them out for the 250 mark.
There's quite a transformation in this game of cricket. But really what makes it such a marvellous game. Another look at the dismissal of O'Donnell. No question about that, striking the outside edge quite clearly. So Geoff Lawson already out there in the middle. And at this stage, one imagines he'll be looking to try and give some sort of support to Wayne Phillips at the other end. And he's worked that through that ring of close catches, but safely all the way along the ground. Sees him off the mark. The score goes on to 209 for 6.
There's Taylor now from the members' end. Phillips has taken strike. That's typical of the stroke play used by this man who plays for South Australia and has opened the batting for Australia. Very strong off the back foot and a good driver as well.
Yes, Wayne Phillips doesn't miss many opportunities. If you don't bowl well at him, he certainly plays a few shots, and this one whistled away through the covers, and a very fine shot indeed, that.
A few raincoat hoods going on. Can't see too many umbrellas. Well, there's a few umbrellas around, a bit of movement in the crowd. And the ground staff are coming out there at the top of your picture, just readying themselves. But this is actually what they forecast, a possible light shower late morning. Yes, the forecast is dry to start with. Well, we've had that. Possible light shower and a little bit of bad light late in the morning. We're having that now. And that to extend into the very early afternoon. And then the rain will die away and there'll be some sunshine. So there you are. It's bikini time. Wayne Phillips needs the towel to dry the hand of the bat. Got him. Good catch. Low to the ground. Tim Robinson picks it up. It probably jammed his fingers into the ground, and Ellison has done it again. Australia 218 for 7, really in the toils out there, and this man Ellison has done a terrific job this morning.
Well, when it's going for you, it goes for you. Richard Ellison won't be all that pleased with that delivery, and Wayne Phillips hit it pretty hard, and a good catch at cover there. But that's just what happens when there's a little bit of luck going your way. You can see that hit it pretty hard. but the ball didn't probably come on quite so quick, but a good catch right down by his boot soles. And that looks pretty impressive there for Richard Ellison this morning. He'll be delighted. It's nice to get a few wickets at this level.
Ellison to McDermott. Over 6 maidens, 4 for 31. What impressive figures. This is an interesting moment for Craig McDermott. Tremendous bowling success at Old Trafford, but when he batted, lasted only 1 delivery, to which he shouldered arms. Shot from Craig McDermott. The outfield much quicker today.
Very correct and very effective. Foot to the pitch of the ball, and away she goes.
Botham to Lawson. That's a real problem for Geoff Lawson. I reckon that might have hit him on the point of the elbow.
Yes, awkward rising delivery, banged in quite short, and Geoff Lawson just letting it hit him actually, right on the point of the elbow. He didn't try and get out of the way, he didn't look at the ball, but I think we'll find that that hit him exactly on the point of the elbow. It could be very serious.
And those occasions where you have to look at the good side of it, I suppose, and it is Lawson's left arm rather than his bowling hand. But it's still going to be very painful when he has to come out and thrust that left arm up in the air. Get plenty of drive for his bowling action. It'll be even more painful in the short term when he has to pick up the bat again. Wrapping your fingers round the bat handle is one of the more difficult exercises. Well, Geoff Lawson had to face one more ball up to the luncheon interval, which saw Australia 230 for 7, with Lawson on 6 and McDermott 5, and the team in a tremendous amount of trouble after they'd started at 181 for 2. Lawson and McDermott are well known for their bowling exploits in this series, not so much so far for their batting. Bowling figures for England, very, very impressive for Richard Ellison, who bowled quite superbly in that first session. 21 overs, 6 maidens and 4 for 33, only the seam bowlers used up to that time. So they got on after lunch for just the 1 over, and then the rain came down again. It really has been a frustrating match so far, as well as a frustrating summer. The umpires were on and off during the afternoon, trying to get the game started again, but no luck until around about 5:15. It's 7 for 248 when we pick up play. Ian Botham is the bowler, and Geoffrey Lawson taking straight.
Well, he's let the bat flow at that one, and despite the outfield being quite slow and soggy, it's raced away for 4.
Very good performances by Geoff Lawson. Throwing the bat at anything that's anywhere near. No signs of any aches and pains from that nasty blow on the elbow.
Well, that takes Australia past the 250 mark, 252 now. Ellison then striving for his 5th wicket. That surprised him. Very, very seldom that you see Richard Ellison let anything go like that.
Yes, and in many ways it was a little bit of luck. The old helmet didn't go on the stumps. Could so easily have done. It was quite a sharp delivery. Whoops.
All his life he's probably wanted to knock a helmet off. Lawson now to face. That's a beautiful stroke. Only a 1-2-3, would have been proud of that. 2-3 runs there for Geoff Lawson. And he's not very happy. Two down by both of them there. One earlier on, and very cross about missing it off his own bowling, especially with those figures. 1 for 93. Ellison to McDermott. No need for anybody to run for that one. But soon found the boundary.
Yes, tremendous stuff this by the two Australian fast bowlers. No messing. If it's within range, we're going to hit it.
Yet another gap being found on the leg side. So these two have put 50 on. 268. And just when England thought they had him on the run, Australia fights back.
Gower. What a good catch. 5 for Ellison. And the 5th one coming from a super catch by the England skipper, David Gower. It's the 6th time in his career Ellison has taken 5 wickets in an innings, but the first time in a test match. McDermott is out for 35. Caught Gower, bowled Ellison.
And McDermott can think himself a little bit unlucky here. He went for the big one. He went high, and David Gower running back caught an absolute blinder. That's the only way to describe that. Tremendous catch.
276 for 8. Lawson is 22. Jeff Thompson is the new batsman for Australia. And he's celebrating his 35th birthday today. Don't actually hear anyone singing happy birthday, Jeff, out there. But it was on this ground back in 1975 that Jeff Thompson demolished an England batting side. It's a chance, very difficult one, but it's also 4 runs. It'll give you an idea of how much power was behind that stroke from Geoff Lawson. And this is a very good counter-attack from the Australian fast bowler.
Yeah, you see this? Ellison there gets a good hand on it, and it still went very quickly to the boundary, so that was it with quite a lot of power there.
Nicely timed. Lawson's confident enough to be racing back for the second. That is a very good recovery from the Australians. Richard Ellison to Thompson. It's a very good shot from Thompson. Magnificent blow straight down the ground for 6. Beautifully picked up. No swing there, and it came just about off the middle of the bat. Phil Edmonds now bowling to Thompson. He's got that away over mid-wicket. Well, perhaps the policy of giving Thompson the strike isn't working out 100%. He's now gone on to 26. Lawson's 41. It's 321 for 8. John Embry now to Lawson. And 4 more. Geoffrey Lawson goes now to 49. And the 50 partnership comes up in only 63 balls. 2 great partnerships for Australia. One between Lawson and McDermott, and now between Lawson and Thompson. And another very good shot for 4 more. And Lawson reaches a half-century, and what a good innings it's been for Australia. When he came in, it was 218 for 7. And that partnership began between Lawson and McDermott. Now he's gone on to 53. 333 for 8. 2 more runs added to take the Australians on to 335 for 8 at the close, and that a most unlikely score when you take into account the fact that at one stage they were 218 for 7. The bowling figures for England: Ellison remained the star, 5 for 77 from 31 overs and 9 maidens, a wicket each to Botham. Taylor, his first Test match wicket, and 1 to Edmonds, with Embry used only right at the very end of the day's play, who I suspect thought they might